It's a hot, steamy episode 137.
The Ultimate Deck Podcast. Need a show about outdoor living? This is where it's at with your hosts, Shane Chapman and Way Laurent. Thank you for tuning in. Now let the show begin. Yeah. The Ultimate Deck Podcast. Let's go.
And that, folks, is the first time that intro has been accurate in about 3 or 4 months.
Everybody's here.
Welcome back, Wade.
Good to be back.
Yeah. We made it back to town finally
Very
on a day
exciting.
where we could find time for a podcast.
Yeah. Materials had to travel the road.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just one time this week. That was good. We managed to keep it up so far
one.
to one trip so far.
I might have snuck in on the weekend and not told you because I had to grab some stuff for Monday, but
I knew you were. I don't know why. I don't know why or how I knew you were here, but
because the forklift was moved and the truck was
no,
moved.
it was like something else was like, oh, Wade was here.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome back to the city that rhymes with fun.
Here we are having a podcast.
I can't believe you're here, Wade.
Yeah.
You made it.
Yep.
Shane and I were playing ping pong. We were like, when the heck's Wade going to get here? And then you showed up.
As if fate prevailed.
Exactly.
He walked through the door.
Yeah.
Magically.
Like a Kool-Aid man.
We were like, he left at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
No, that's not true.
Somehow made
10:30.
Somehow made a 120-mile drive take 6 hours.
Yeah. I left at 10:30. Followed a house for a little bit. They were moving a house down the highway today, so that always slows things down. And then it's construction season in Saskatchewan right now, so
Yeah.
2 zones of construction and
I like the best
3
houses are
hours.
the ones that are on wheels running down the highway. Those are the best houses.
yeah. It always
When I
amazes me
move-
how you can move houses. Oh, can you imagine? Don't worry, honey. We're not going to pack any of the boxes. I'm just going to lift the whole freaking
Gonna
house.
lift the house up.
I really love our house. I just don't like where it sits right now.
Okay.
So let's put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Jack her
Yeah.
up. Let's go.
It always amazes me that they can move houses like that. You know, like it makes sense to me. I understand. You basically just put 2 beams under your floor joist and drive the thing down the
Lift
highway.
them up. Yeah.
Like it makes perfect sense.
But it's a bit of a feat.
it's pretty weird.
Like, can you imagine being the guy that did that the first time? Do you think it's going to work? I don't know.
Almost for sure he
Maybe.
did that. He was like, well, how could it not? You just got to put 2 beams under the joist
Yeah.
and carry it.
Just lift them at the same time. That's the only thing we got to worry about here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember back in the day, quite a few years ago, when they moved the, what was it called? The Dizzy Monk. When they moved the
Yes.
Dizzy Monk from down by the University of Regina and they moved it up
Yep.
to East End of Regina, up Ring Road.
Now it's a Creekside Pub.
And its
That's right.
Creekside Pub still stands. But that was a huge building
Yes.
to just drive up the street.
Yeah.
Well, and there was a lot involved in that, right? They had to take some power lines down.
Yeah, and I believe they couldn't go all the way in Ring Road because they couldn't get under the underpass, so they had to get off on like Assiniboine Avenue or something and like go the long way around and
yeah.
just dragging this. I don't know what that building would be, 10,000 square foot
It
building.
was massive.
I can't believe it was cheaper to move that building than build a new one.
I
And McDonald's must have shelled out some cash to
Right?
do that.
now there's a McDonald's there. So, anyways, for those from Regina, that story was a little flashback, and for those not, they're like, "Who gives a shit? I've never been to the Dizzy Monk. I don't know what the Creekside is. Get on with it." How's the weather been up in Saskatoon lately?
It was 38 degrees yesterday.
Oh,
It's
Gross.
and so this is something that I have
it was
noticed.
38. What was it? It wasn't that hot here.
No, it was only 32 yesterday.
Yeah, the further north you go, the hotter it gets.
That's how it works.
That makes
Like
sense.
That deck specialist call we were on yesterday that was like that, right? Somebody was like, "Yeah, the further north you go, the hotter it gets."
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?
It's true, yeah.
One of the things I have noticed that I didn't expect was that Saskatoon is quite a bit more humid than Regina.
Oh,
And
It
like you
does
get-
have a river running right through
Yeah.
it.
Well, we have a stagnant pool of water in Regina.
It's mostly goose poop. So
There's water in that. So, but anyways, it's just more humid. It feels like all the time. 38's worse. Yeah. Anyways.
yes. I was talking to my wife about this morning because I feel like people here are getting super soft.
I agree.
Either that or we're wanting to just fit in. And we're like, oh, well, all the people out in BC are complaining about how hot it is. We should complain about how hot it is too. And then like put out heat warnings. It was, 31, 32 yesterday. Like that's a hot,
it
it's a
wasn't
hot
super
day.
hot.
There's no doubt it's a hot day. But is it really necessary to put out extreme heat warnings and warn people to keep their animals inside? Like, you guys, that's like what, 95?
Yep.
It's not even cracking. That's not extreme heat. That's just a nice hot summer day.
How hot is too hot?
38, I think that's my threshold right there. You get over 38? Because what's 38? That's 100 and...
100.4.
Is that what it is? So just over 100? Like over 100, that's a pretty hot day. But have you seen the temperatures that they're getting out in like the Okanagan in BC?
Yes, the hottest place in Canada.
49
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's 122 degrees.
Yeah, that's no good.
And I think I read an article that said it broke Las Vegas's heat record.
Oh, did it?
Like
And I know it was breaking records.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So that's a toasty day. That heat warnings, sure. Like yeah, drink some cold water when it's 49/122 out. That's a scorching day. But we're out here in Regina being like, oh, us too.
Right.
Really hot here too.
Yeah.
Extreme heat warnings. Settle down, Regina. It's 95. It's okay. You're not burning like other people are.
Well, they say the hottest temperature that a human can withstand, like straight dry temperature, is 130 degrees Fahrenheit.
And then you die?
You don't die, but you start to shut down.
Isn't that what dying
Dry
means?
heat. Start to shut down. You don't just die. You don't just walk into a room at 130 and just die.
Yeah, but you sustain at 100.
Oh, no, it's 130.
You're just watching the temperature tick up 0.1 at a time. It's like, shoot.
I'm going to
I've
have
got-
to leave. I
yeah,
got to
I've
get out of
got
here.
17 seconds. What am I going to do?
I think what I was surprised is that's only 54 degrees Celsius.
That's hot though, Bryce.
Yeah.
There are places hotter, though, in the world.
Where, yeah, okay.
Like Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Hot.
Yeah,
The-
but people don't live down there
Yeah,
for.
they-
That's true. People don't live down there.
They don't call it Shutdown Valley. It's Death
Yeah.
Valley.
The Sonoran Desert reaches 80.8 degrees.
When you get lazy and don't want to work, Valley.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like at 50, like there was a couple people that died out in BC.
Yeah.
When at
Did you
49.
see what the boy oh boy the premier? Did you see what the premier said?
Holy.
Yeah,
Wow.
struggled with that one.
Are you-
Which one?
Yeah. Let's go
The
there.
BC premier.
No.
Well, that's part of it. That's how life goes.
That's how life goes.
That was
Survival
his-
of the fittest.
That was his thing, and man,
His
he got-
response to people dying. Well, I mean,
yeah, and he kind of got lit up for it because, it's like, well, what would people have done if he had said that about COVID? I was like, well, he probably did actually say that.
Yeah, he probably did.
too as well.
If he said it about the heat wave.
yeah. Anyways.
but I mean, I think it's dumb that people go and make him make a statement about it anyway. It's hot. It wasn't something he decided.
It's hot.
It wasn't like he was like,
Oh, I just turned
Tuesday
up
it'll be 49 because I decided.
I just turned up the thermostat in
Hey,
BC.
you can't make it that hot. People will die. Yeah, well, that's just how it goes, isn't it? It's not his decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, being on the theme of it being incredibly hot out in other places, not here, just a nice hot summer day here. But for those people that are in Alberta and BC and Washington, where they're getting blasted with 45 to 49
I heard it's coming down,
degree
though, at
temperatures.
least.
Yeah, it's supposed to be rescinding now.
yeah, because it couldn't
Word of the
go
day.
up.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Because
go
then
up.
people shut down.
They just die.
They just,
According to Shane.
done.
Half the world just dies.
Just like
They would flip over and they're like,
all you hear in Stanley Park, Vancouver is just bodies hitting
Right.
the ground. Just like,
Sounds like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
right?
or
It
something.
totally is. Yeah. And it's like they should make it. It's just called 50.
50.
But when it gets released in the States, it's called 125.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Right? Like
2 movies for 1.
2 for 1. This is the cost of doing business when you have to have different languages and measurements and stuff on things in different markets. It's expensive.
So have you guys ever heard of the World Sauna Championships?
No,
had it.
That's because they only were around for about 10 years.
because they hit 50 and everybody involved died.
1999 to 2010. And in 2010, one finalist died and another one almost died.
And then over.
Fun's over.
And then they were like, no, we can't do this anymore.
So what's happened with the chicken wing eating contest? This is happening, right? Why couldn't they just start to sign waivers and be like,
Oh, I'm
hey,
sure
sign a
they
waiver?
could.
Well, there was a person that died in Regina at a chicken wing eating contest.
How did they die? I never heard that.
This was a
Heart
lot
attack.
of years ago because it was at JD's, the old JD's
Oh.
bar on Park Street there, and they had some sort of like suicide wing contest, and yeah, it must have been a heart attack or
Heart
something.
attack.
It was
'Cause
a
he didn't-
heart attack?
He didn't choke.
It's okay though because he probably had pre-existing conditions.
That's right.
It was a morbidity. It wasn't the cause of it. Maybe.
Did anybody check him?
I don't think- So anyway, yeah, guy. So that's the end of that. I don't think JD's doesn't exist anymore. Maybe that's why.
Nope. That's not why.
That's not why.
No.
Yeah, health.
Health
Just
inspectors.
asked Health showed up and was
Yeah.
like, yeah, so this is over.
You'll
Yeah,
have
right. People doing dumb things.
They were making masks cool before COVID, right? Like
Right.
going to that place. Suit up.
Are you talking about JD's?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm talking about JD's.
That's not that far from here.
Physically, it wasn't very far from here. Yeah, like if it was still open, we'd be in a
I
lot of
imagine
trouble.
We'd
Some
go
of
there
the-
for lunch.
Some of the oil streak is still probably in the parking lot, actually.
Oh boy, there's probably still cougar signs up there. Don't feed the cougars.
Wow.
It was one of those.
Wasn't it supposed to be a strip club too?
Oh, I don't know about not intentionally. I don't think.
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
was.
But
See?
you pour enough booze into some 50-year-old women.
No, it was. They were
There was a strip club.
There was
there?
No,
no,
they
because
were
they never got
trying
off the
to.
ground.
Oh,
Right. So there was a company that was going to start a strip club in town, and then there was a church group went to City Hall. So City Hall had said, "Yep, provincial legalized it." Then the city said, "Okay, these are the parameters. These are the bylaws you have to follow. You have to be this far from schools. You got to be in this kind of zone, like industrial zone, blah blah blah, all
Yeah.
these things." And that was the building. There was a guy at Edmonton that had bought it, and he was going to turn it into a strip club.
dirty Edmontonians, keep your filth out of here.
And he
then-
didn't.
Keep your filth out of here, bud.
Yeah, and then a bunch of church groups went to the city council meeting, and
They were like, we don't like
they yelled.
skin.
You should maybe try again because I'm feeling like church groups might be awfully quiet, raising
Oh
too much
yeah,
ire.
now's the time.
lately.
So they were, they freaked out and got all mad. And what I didn't understand was like this guy was going to start a business, follow all the rules of the business, and then people that had no intentions of attending the business shut it down.
Right, ever.
That's how the world works now.
I was like, what? Big
It's not the
cancel
people that
culture. I
want
was
to
like,
go to
what?
it.
If you don't like it, don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
The city
don't-
made all the rules. They said where it was going to go.
Yeah,
And there's not a house nor a school
Anywhere
Within-
near that.
anywhere
4
near.
miles of where JD's was.
Well, it's going to increase the crime rate.
Yeah, for who?
I doubt it. I doubt it will. So
For the train tracks next to it?
yeah. Anyways,
Yep. All right. Well,
Okay.
thanks for the trip down memory lane. 15 tips on how to beat the heat. That's what we're talking about today because, like I said, it's toasty out there today, boys.
it's a nice warm summer day.
That's right.
Here, I think the hottest we're supposed to get is about 38 at the end of the week here, right?
Boot.
So, like, that's a
That's hot. 38's hot, man.
38 is hot. I agree that that's getting to the point where you're like, okay, be careful out there.
Okay,
Number 1.
get acclimated.
Let's hear
Right.
it.
So number 1, so first of all, I borrowed a lot, like I would say like 70% of these were borrowed from constructconnect.com. They had a blog article that gave kind of 10
Nice.
ways to stay cool when you're on the job site. So shout out to them. We're not trying to
For doing all the work.
steal their shit here, but we did tweak some things and add a few of our own.
yeah.
And so number 1 was get acclimated. And what we mean by that is like,
Stand in the
like,
sun.
just go get a go get a real fixin' for a scorching sunburn one day.
Right.
Shake
exactly.
off the. No, but like you know how like the first hot day of the year is the worst hot day of the year.
It's just like the first cold day of the year.
Right. Exactly. It's like you take a little bit to get kind of used to being cold or being hot, whatever. This is suggesting that maybe do 2 weeks of vacation before you start your first hot day.
Stop being a wimp.
Yeah. No, but this might mean in the environment of working on a job site, this might mean you don't do full days for the first couple days, right? Get out there and maybe do half days for a little bit. Let guys get used to the heat. Let them learn what they need to be wearing and whatever else, and just kind of like ease your way into it instead of just one day it's 85 and then the next day it's 120 and you just go at the same pace. It's like,
Yep.
that's not a good way to approach that.
Maybe this is why I go through more staff than Shane does.
You hired meth heads. I think that's how you go through
He
more
said it.
staff, more staff than I do.
He wasn't a meth head.
To be fair,
He was very clear on his choices.
I don't know.
He had glaucoma,
Okay.
I guess.
Number 2, the obvious one: drink water.
Drank
This one's
water.
obvious. Or sports drinks or coconut water or anything that's a hydrating type liquid. So
Beer.
Do you like water?
I love water.
Do you?
no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You drink
you
lemon
can't.
water.
You can't love water
Why can't you love water?
because water's nothing.
What do you mean water's nothing?
Water doesn't taste like anything. You can't love it.
Do you love air?
No.
Because
Isn't that-
without air, you would die.
Yeah, but I don't love
Right.
it. It's a necessity.
I don't love my skin cells either. They're just there for me to exist, like air. I tolerate water.
I think it's a great mix.
Yeah, I like when it's in things for sure.
Like sports drinks and coffee and
So
rye.
I told my wife this the other day. I'm not good at drinking water. I'm just not.
Either I hate it.
But lately, I've been making some really salty suppers / dinners more. They were planned. Or my wife has been doing them. And so like it's getting late at night. And I'm like, I just need like, as much as I loved a Coke Zero, it's like sometimes I'm just like, water's the trick.
You can love a Coke Zero.
Right? Yeah, you can love a Coke Zero.
Why can you love a Coke Zero?
Because it has flavor.
Because it's something. Right? You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Water's nothing.
Why is water nothing? Not
Just
drinking
is, man.
something is
Because
nothing.
it's the basic essential like
Oh, right. You need
component,
it.
chemical component to anything that enables life. It's the
Ooh,
default.
look at his hand.
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. You can
You
tell.
can't
'cause his
like
hand
the
is-
you can't love the default. That's why we put it in things because it's not good by itself.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Okay.
I have been getting, and if I'm gonna have a glass of water, I'm gonna have
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
full
like
of Mio.
full of ice. Well, maybe
Full of
full
what?
of ice. It's
Mio.
got to be
That's
ice
what I
cold.
started adding. In an attempt to drink more water, I'm like, well,
Right.
whatever, I'll buy these little meal
Add some
things.
flavoring. Yeah, and so like you wouldn't eat like never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Western's like, quit bagging on the guy for drinking water.
He's sitting on a patio right now smashing booze. Like
He's not drinking water.
no, he's got it mixed with something. So I told my wife the other day, she's been, we've been taking her Juice Plus thing. And it's like these little like capsules of like dehydrated fruits and vegetables, basically get your vitamins
Right.
in kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm popping pills. Like it's going out of style. I told her the best part about me taking these things, the best benefit was the fact that I have to drink some water to swallow the pills. I was like, this is forcing me to get a half a cup of water every day. That's the biggest benefit I'm getting out of these pills. So there's that. So, and keep it on ice. Keep the drinks cool because that way you kind of, you radiate
Mm-hmm.
coolant into your body and kind of cool yourself down from the inside out. So you might as well keep it on ice. Grab a big cooler. That's what we used to do.
Funny. So when I worked for a framer back in the day in Brandon, he used to swear that you should drink hot drinks on hot days and cold drinks on cold days because you didn't want to shock your system. So when it was like 35, he was drinking coffee, and when it was like minus 35, he was drinking ice water. And he was just like,
And the earth was flat.
no, it was like I never followed it, but that was his theory. He like when it was hot out, he drank warm
But
drinks.
what was behind his theory? Like, why did he say that was the way to do it?
He didn't want to like contrast it. Like,
Yeah, he
if
didn't think you should have that much of a discrepancy between like the temperature that you put into your stomach and the temperature outside.
Like they say your air conditioning should only be set to 2 degrees cooler than the outside temperature because of that exact thing. Like if you walk in from a
Pneumonia.
40-degree heat into a 16-degree house, you could faint. Could.
Are people though?
I don't know.
You'll
So,
for sure hear
this
about
guy
it on
thought-
the news if they do.
I find this funny because he reminds me of a guy that we know from our hometown that's like very, very big on like not wanting to get the vaccine because he doesn't want to put shit in his body.
Right.
But,
But
and so this guy you're talking was like, no, you can't drink cold water on a cold day. Or sorry, you're supposed to drink cold water on a cold day. And it's like, then he finishes work and goes home and smashes 6 liters of vodka.
Yeah. So
and smokes a pack of cigarettes while he's
Yeah.
drinking his hot coffee on a hot day.
so this framer guy was not like that. He was like super staunch churchgoer. Like,
really?
straight
He
edge.
was
Yeah,
fucking the
he was-
trend.
Yeah, he like, yeah, that was from his time building. Like he'd go on
The
missions.
Ark.
He'd
Yeah,
go on
right.
missions and build schools and stuff.
I
over
see.
in Africa.
that's what
Okay.
that's
So
what
you-
the Bible told him.
So he had his.
Anyways, he had like a solid
had a point.
foundation. He wasn't the guy that then like went home and drank a
Yeah.
bottle of Lamb's Navy rum and crushed 2 packs of smoke. He was not that guy.
Careful, that cold water is not real good for you.
That's why I drink, that's why I take my smokes through the filter.
Yeah, healthy cigarettes. You don't want to smoke them backwards. Next one is to avoid coffee. You mentioned beer. Avoid coffee, pop, beer. Things that can dehydrate you.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
Then you might have to drink water.
you should
apparently.
edit that.
Yeah.
I can get behind coffee and pop, but I don't know that you should avoid beer on a hot day.
Mm.
I said beer's probably the worst one on that list for dehydrating you.
Maybe.
This is not about like your enjoyability at work. This is about keeping you alive.
Oh, this is
So if we
at work
don't-
stuff. I see.
Yeah.
Right. I was just following
Yeah,
the other
this isn't
employees'
just a
lead.
general leisure episode.
I got you.
Right. It's about how to actually.
If you're on the
be
golf course,
productive.
drink your beers away. Who gives a...
Right.
Number 4 is don't overeat.
don't overeat.
and eat healthy. So I think the
Oh, man.
idea behind this is like overeating makes you sluggish and tired, and like your body's not operating at
Peak performance.
peak
that what it
performance.
is?
There it is. So you should kind of like eat reasonable meals and make sure that your body doesn't slow down into digestion mode kind of thing,
Oh.
right? I don't. It's shitty.
These all sound made
Strike.
up.
There's no such, to me, like eating and overeating are synonymous.
Yeah.
They're just like,
There's only one way
if
to
I'm
eat.
eating, it's too much. It's more than I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Like the Grand Mac.
I had one.
No, you didn't.
They're
I
amazing.
had two. No.
You've had one?
No, I didn't.
Did you have a double Grand Mac?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Can you
Here-
order that?
So here's the
couldn't
responsible
you?
thing.
I'm gonna order it.
Do it.
I'm gonna order one tonight, a double Grand Mac.
So I've always thought the Big Mac was a great burger, right? There's even a documentary about that guy that ate like a Big Mac a day his whole life.
The Super Size Me guy.
No, it was a different guy.
Oh.
Weird old dude, and he's like, it's just the perfect sandwich. The taste, and he's like over analyzing it. It was a documentary, and so, but there's that guy too. The Super Size Me also ate one a day. It wasn't necessarily just Big
no,
Macs.
it
Like, he would
wasn't
eat
Super
anything.
Size Me the movie about like he would only supersize the meal if they asked him for it, and then he wanted
Right.
to see.
But
what
he'd
he was
also
gonna
eat
do.
at McDonald's 3 times a day.
Yeah, every
Right.
meal is from McDonald's for a month.
Yeah.
But this other guy was just like, he had just been going to McDonald's for 30 or 40 years and having a Big Mac every day because he just loved Big Macs that much.
I don't love anything that much.
You love water that much, you damn liar.
I never said I loved it that much.
Do you drink it every day?
Then
Yeah.
you don't love it. You just like it a
I
lot.
do love it.
I do love it.
I don't love it, just like a lot. So I always thought the Big Mac, yeah, I agree, delicious sandwich. It's like it should be a little bit bigger. Like when you go to Burger King and get a Whopper, that fills you up.
Why? Because it's like a pancake?
The Whopper?
Yeah. It's like so small. It's
thinner.
wide. It's wide,
Yeah, it's wide.
but it's thin.
Thin, yeah. But it's not giving you a fluff strip
A fluff strip.
In the middle.
in the middle of
That's
just
the
bun.
technical term of the bun.
The fluff strip.
Fluff strip.
I can
I
promise
don't
you
want too much bun.
that in
That's gonna
McDonald's schematics and their process manuals, that in that thing that's identified as a fluff strip.
Okay.
Guaranteed. You heard it here first.
Don't forget the fluff strip.
Okay.
Okay,
So I don't like love. Now I feel weird saying either of those words actually. So the Big Mac, I was never
I feel neutral.
fan. I was never a fan of the Big Mac because you're right, it's not enough, and I also don't like their lettuce.
wrong one.
That was not the right one.
Don't like the lettuce either. Lettuce is
What's wrong? What's wrong with the lettuce?
messy. It's all over the place.
He hates
So-
You
the
don't like
shred.
the shred.
Yeah, the shredded lettuce is
He
no
hates
good.
the shred.
That's the only way I get my shred on.
Why can't they do that in just like a
leaf.
Leaf.
Let's put a leaf on it.
I think it's probably
That's why you want a Whopper.
That's why I buy Whoppers.
and that's why Whoppers are subpar.
What happens to the other half of the bun in the Big Mac? That I've wondered my whole life.
They make them like that.
How
They
you
don't-
make half a bun?
they
That
don't
is-
cut them.
You can't do that.
Don't you notice that they're grilled on each side almost? Like they're browned on each side?
You can brown a bun on the other side after you cut it.
Yeah.
You're telling
I
me
know you
they've got
can.
some sort of secret where they're making half buns?
Yeah. It's McDonald's, man. They have their own chicken farms. They have their own half bun factories.
I thought only Elon would be able to figure that out.
No, they shred their lettuce because it's the way to keep it fresher.
Is it?
Cheaper.
It's
Lasts
fresher.
longer.
Like,
More
look at-
surface area though.
Well, look at all the produce on Whoppers. It always sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
it always sucks.
And when I order a Big Mac, I always have to do Big Mac, supersized fries, Coke, and then a double quarter pounder.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Wow,
That's
that's,
what I-
why did you?
That's what I have to eat. So I'm hoping that
Number 4,
the Big
don't overeat.
I didn't overeat. That's just what I eat.
Okay, going the other way. Have you guys ever had a mini Mac?
No.
Why does that exist? I've never even heard of
It's
that.
a secret menu. A secret menu.
You can
item.
order a mini Mac.
Yeah, you have to do it on the machines though.
That sounds like who's that? Great Big Sea? Let me
Mary Mac.
Mary Mac.
Yeah, Mary Mac.
Okay, so mini Mac.
So you go to the touchscreen and you get a double cheeseburger, add shredded lettuce, add mac sauce, and you have a mini Mac.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Look it up.
Well, I'll be. Okay.
I don't
So for
have to
those
look
who
it
want
up
a
'cause I
small
have
Mac-
no desire. One.
So, but my way of ordering would be like, I'll take 6 mini Macs then, please.
Exactly. I was like, well, that might be good because then you could bite it like in 2 bites. That would be pretty good. Yeah.
But
I
it gets
would-
rid of the fluff.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh, you don't have the fluff
There's
layer.
no middle fluff because it's a double cheeseburger.
The fluff, what did I call that?
Oh, you have to add
Fluff
pickles
strip.
too.
The fluff strip.
The fluff strip.
Do you think you could
Can you order a fluff strip?
Sans fluff strip?
Just fluff strips. Have you ever seen The Office too, where Kevin does his Big Mac thing, where he takes an ingredient off his Big Mac every day for 7 days, and at the end of 7 days, he's got a free Big Mac?
No, that's amazing. I've got to watch that show. I've never actually watched
The Office?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never watched it.
It is so
Or-
funny. It's
start
one
to
of my,
finish. That's amazing.
it's one
That
of my
is amazing.
favorite
Oh yeah,
shows.
for sure.
Yeah, it's super funny. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
man.
get.
Don't overeat. Nobody.
Yeah, don't overeat.
Pretty much
The
nobody's
the
tuned
Grand
in
Big Mac
anyways.
though fixed all the problems of the Big Mac. Now it's big like a Whopper and it's amazing.
And it's amazing.
That's how I wanted to
Shredded
wrap it up.
lettuce or normal lettuce?
Shredded.
It's still shredded.
Ugh.
I don't think they have a burger in McDonald's
Whoa.
with full lettuce. Do
Yeah,
they?
the Angus used to.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you can request it. Big Mac, full lettuce.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
no shred.
I'm gonna
Just
maybe,
be like no shred.
maybe I'll call it on the way out.
Then
See
you
what
won't get
happens.
any lettuce at all, though.
That's
no,
okay.
no shred, full lettuce piece only.
That's
There
okay.
you go.
I'd rather do no lettuce than shredded lettuce.
Number 5, dress in lightweight, breathable, light-colored fabrics.
Sounds exciting.
Do we have to explain that one, or do you think that's
I
just
think people get that
Just
one.
dress in light
wear
clothes.
light colors, cut your sleeves off, let your shit hang out?
Wear layers, right?
Yeah,
It's
layer.
all about layers.
Number 6, wear a hat. I think this is pretty important,
Yeah, people never protect their head.
right? Like that's when you get some heat strokes when you get the sun beating down on your head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And some guys will wear those. I don't know what you call those.
Sombrero.
I don't think it's the
That's a hat.
That would work. But like, what are the ones that have a bit of a brim on them? And then they got the like the little like
Oh yeah,
the
those ones are
curtains,
so
the
cool.
neck curtains.
Yeah,
Hey,
that feels
Yep,
like
you
a
get in on
90s
that.
thing.
What is the one that you have that you can purchase through the store? What are those ones? Alex wears one all the time. He has a hat from the Ultimate Deck Shop, and it's
for real?
the
Like a
band
bucket hat, kind of like a.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
wears it every day.
Wow.
Well, that's awesome. Number 7, cooling vests. Have you guys ever tried these things?
No.
You ever,
Does Milwaukee make them?
I don't know if Milwaukee does, but I'm fairly certain
I
Makita
was
does.
joking, and that was hilarious. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, no, I think they actually do. So Makita makes a jacket that basically has ventilation running through it that kind of circulates the air inside of the jacket for you and keeps you
Okay.
cool. I have not ever tried one. I'd like to, but these things exist.
Okay.
And like the non-tool clothing manufacturer, they have some too. So here he goes. He's
You get them
pulling
on
it
Uline,
Look at-
man.
up. Seriously?
Deluxe.
Look, Uline. Look at that. Hey, a cooling vest, deluxe cooling vest.
$253? No thanks. I'd rather take.
Do you know what
the
a
day off.
hospital bill is in the States?
I'd rather take.
Yeah, right.
More than $253.
I'd rather take the next day off from heat stroke. Thanks.
Yeah. Number 8, start and finish earlier. I think this one's a good one, right? We had some guys start earlier today. Some of our yard guys.
Pat told me.
Do you get to choose? Do you get to choose which one you do, or do you have to do them both?
What's
Do you have to
that?
start earlier and finish earlier, or can you just finish earlier?
Right.
Right.
You want to still start at the regular time.
Start at
and
the regular
stop
time,
earlier?
but stop earlier.
I would do that.
Suppose you could. It's going to impact your productivity.
So will heat stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Works good for me.
This is what a lot of guys down
they're
in,
all,
like,
paid hourly, so I don't
Texas and Arizona do, right? When it's 40 above or 110 above on those days, sometimes those guys work like 5 a.m. and they're done at 2 or 4 a.m. to work
Mhm.
Yep.
till 1 or whatever it might be.
I think most of those hot countries kind of do that.
You might as well get out there. Right? And our guys did it today. They're like, it's hot out there. And like, it's tough just like lifting and loading and all that crap and being around the machinery that's exhausting out hot air too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so they thought, well, let's try this. Fraser agreed and they scheduled a couple of guys for today at 4 a.m. And they were like, we were actually really like that. It was just like 4 hours before anybody really came out to bother us. We got a ton of crap done, no distractions. And like, it was cooler out and
Yeah.
quiet. And like,
As Pat said, it was really productive. He said that all the orders were picked and ready to go for today. He was like, it's nice.
so maybe that's something that sticks around, especially on these hot weeks. Number 9, find the shade or bring the shade to you. So
Umbrella?
potentially, I used to, on my job sites, used to bring out, on hot days, would bring out our little, like we had those little collapsible tents, little like 10 by 10, like you get them at freaking Walmart or whatever for $100.
Mm-hmm.
They just fold up in 5 minutes, and we put a lot of our tools and stuff underneath that, like the cutting saw and everything. That, at least when you were standing at the saw, you had a break from the heat and whatnot. So find yourself some shade there, or just take a break and go. That might be one that we talk about later, but get into some shade every once in a while and give your body a
Yep.
break from the heat, the beating sun.
A body break?
That came up yesterday. Were you on the call
Yeah,
yet?
I was
with
on the call when
Kangaroo?
that happened.
We were on a call yesterday with this app company, and they were obviously Canadian. I didn't know that before the call, but they started making body break references.
Yeah,
And
the
I was
second they did that,
holy
we were
smokes,
like,
here we
So
go.
Good.
Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod.
Yeah, because the one girl said she saw a guy jogging in the park and he was dressed to the nines like he was Hal Johnson.
Yeah.
Is it Johnson or Johansson?
I thought it
I thought
was
it was
Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah.
So dressed in like the windbreaker
The
suit,
full
folds
windbreaker
his
suit.
head to toe, and the sweatband,
And the
like,
Sun Ice stuff, right? Too. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
neon,
this, yeah.
pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Number 10, lots of sunscreen.
So how does that
I'm-
keep you cool?
It doesn't, but it keeps you from getting your skin burned off.
Oh,
Dummy.
Do we have to do all the
take that one
thinking
off the
around here?
list.
But I mean, I'm
Just
bad.
like you don't even have to do all of it. Just like some, Bryce. Just pick up a little bit of thinking.
It's
Yeah.
too hot out for me to think.
So hot.
Wearing a hat doesn't make you cooler either. You didn't bitch about that one.
It provides shade.
To your head a little bit. Sunscreen reflects a lot of the UV rays. Those are harmful. Where have you been? Number 11.
Not outside.
Invest in a mister.
Ooh.
I never had these, but some guys are using them, right? Like Simcoe Dex. I think
Not a mistress.
that's, no, don't invest
Whoa.
in a
You
mistress.
don't have to invest in one.
We're trying to avoid the heat.
Hey yo.
Yeah, some of the guys are using them. I think Simcoe, I could be wrong, but NFDI, Neighborhood Fence and Deck, Kev and his crew, I think, has those misters. Those are fantastic. If I was
Yeah.
still building, I'd be grabbing those too. That's amazing. Like, that's so refreshing to walk through one of those misters and you can just kind of point it and set up right at the job site and soak yourself, because that's
Right.
always fun working when you're drenched.
I heard you have to be careful with those things though.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to breathe in the mist.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, when it gets too
COVID.
hot, if you don't continually remist yourself, you get hotter because of the water.
Hotter because of water,
Hotter because of the water.
This is why I don't like water.
right?
Because it can do everything.
It's counterintuitive. It'll wreck you.
That's right. We've all heard that if you like, there's such thing as water poisoning. You drink too much, you can die. So why would I ever do anything that could kill me? I
think
I
it's
am
the-
risking that? They're telling you to drink 8 liters. Who is same
Is
guys?
it
want
8 liters?
Same, so 8 cups. Sorry, 8 cups of water a day. Who's telling you that? The government.
The gut.
The same guys that are trying to microchip us all. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
they want
that's
you to
true.
drink 8
That's
cups
true.
of water.
That's
enough.
true.
Stop.
I'm onto it.
And they're also trying to tell us Finland is a country.
Right?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, that was where the World Sauna Championships were for 10 years.
Gigs up. They didn't stop. The country ceased to exist.
It just never existed in
Yeah.
the first
It's
place.
just on pause.
Exactly.
Number 12, take breaks and find some AC.
Yeah.
So pretty important, like maybe your guys take a break or two a day normally. Maybe you should be doing that every like
Take more breaks.
hour, find 5 or 10 minutes to go. Even if you have to go sit in the truck with the AC blasted on, like just find some,
Go to
find
Home
a
Depot.
break.
Go for a walk around.
Yeah, that's right.
Go get a Grand Mac. Don't overeat it though.
Right. Eat half of it. Number 13, watch the heat index and UV index, not just the temperatures. Right. So
You
this
gotta
is,
watch them.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said right here. First word of 13.
See, when I
Watch.
was working, if I'd find like a moderate day where it was like 25, like perfect working conditions, 25 or something like that, I'd take a screenshot of it, right? And then on days when it was a bit warmer, these guys are starting to slack and be like, you guys, it's freaking 25. Let's go.
5 out, guys.
Right? Worked like a charm. But the point of this is like, if there's a difference between 35 or 100 in Saskatchewan and 35 or 100 in Florida.
Oh yeah.
Or even in Regina and Saskatoon, apparently. The humidity difference is
Right.
astonishing.
Not astonishing, but you can tell. You know that it's there.
I'm sweating here.
But why?
It must be more humid. So humidity means your body doesn't, its natural cooling systems of sweating doesn't work as well.
Mhm.
And so the heat index will kind of give you what it actually really feels like outside versus just the actual airborne temperature.
Oh, it's the wind chill of heat.
It's the wind chill of heat. Yes. And
Why didn't
so-
you just explain it like that?
I would have
Well,
got it
that
that
was
time.
genius, really. So yeah, it might be 100 out and you're like, hot damn, but then you would say hot damn.
God damn.
But it might feel like 128 because the humidity is super high and whatever else, right? So you got to pay attention to that number 2 because that's what your body's actually fighting.
Do you guys like the heat?
Nope.
If I'm prepared for it.
How do you prepare for the heat?
By getting a boat and
Jesus,
being on the
we're
lake.
talking about 15 ways, Bryce. What the hell? This guy is not here today.
Maybe he left early.
We're-
Maybe he did number
I
8.
get we've only done 12 so far, but No, but if I'm like, oh, it's hot out today, so therefore I'm gonna wear shorts and
Bring lots of Coke Zeros.
flip flops, and I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna
I
go
just bring lots of Coke.
on the boat. Like then, hot, I'm all good. But if I'm not prepared for it, it's like I was in the house all day and I'm wearing jeans and I go outside and it's like it's really hot out and I have to be out there. Then it's miserable. So I don't mind a hot day if I'm ready mentally to deal with a hot day.
Oh, mentally prepared.
Mentally, because then I can physically prepare.
But
I don't like hot days.
yeah, you can only take off so much clothing.
Yep.
This is true. This is true.
So it's one of my arguments why I like cold weather better is because you can actually dress for cold. You can't dress for hot.
This is true too.
So, but wind chill, like once you get wind chill, then that's a whole different beast. If it's minus 40, you can dress for that. If it's minus 40 with a 70K wind, you can't dress for that. That's like, there's no way to prepare for that wind. But
No.
plus 40, you can only
You're
take
done,
up-
hey?
I have so much built-in fat already. I just can't get rid of that.
Right,
And it's
exactly.
like,
I need to go inside.
yeah.
My fat's rendering. Like, I smell delicious right now.
I wish that actually worked.
Right? Except it's the cool sculpting, cold sculpting.
Oh, yeah,
That's apparently
cool
supposed to work
sculpting.
better. Number 14, know the signs of somebody who might be, the heat might be getting
Oh
to
yeah,
them.
heat stroke.
So whether that's
Exhaustion.
heat stroke, heat stress, I put stress, rashes, cramps, exhaustion, that kind of thing. So if you notice that your guys, like know the signs of somebody who's starting to burn out in the heat. So you can get them out of there and send them home or whatever. Like don't wait till they've literally fainted and passed out, fallen 12 feet off the deck, and bad news bears.
That's bad news, Bears.
That is
You're
bad news.
fired, splash.
yeah. You got, how long does it take to fall 12 feet? You have that much time to get them off your
seconds,
WCB.
right?
Right?
No, you just throw all of the safety equipment on them at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hurry up, guys. We've got to strap them up and let them hang from the deck before before
exactly.
WCB gets here.
That's what,
You don't need no. Yeah. And number 15 finally is have an emergency plan. So what happens if somebody does? What happens if somebody does pass out? What is the plan? Is somebody there and able to drive them to the hospital? Are you going to call 911? Like, know what the plan is going to be to help somebody if they do become endangered by the conditions outside.
Have you drilled an extra hole for piles that you can just like,
just put them in there. Yeah, that's right. They'll feel cold.
It's cooler down there. So that's it. It's hot. I mean, by the time this podcast actually airs on Saturday, we're going to be nearing the end of the heat streak, but it may not be
Here?
the last one.
yeah,
Right?
that'll be it for here. But August will be hot again for some places.
And some
it's
of our
not e-
listeners are from hot areas, right? They're not all.
It'll be July, the beginning.
yeah,
right?
that's right.
And that's when
August
the-
usually pretty warm.
The hot days actually start for us, anyways. July, August. Those are usually the scorchers. So,
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Speaking of hot topics, pool and deck expo trade show thing happening. Hey, we're going to that?
That's what we talked about last
we're-
week.
Yeah.
Did
Good to know you're at least not even listening to the podcast anymore.
Not anymore. There's too many.
So yeah, we talked about the trade. The whole episode last week is about whether trade shows are worth it, and both local like garden shows
Yeah.
and going to trade
Yep.
shows. And so yes, yeah, absolutely, we're going to go to the.
No, I was
frickin'
just talking more
deck
about
expo.
like, yeah, we're going. So like, are you excited? Who do you want to see? Who are you excited to?
I am excited. I can't
Yeah,
wait to see
everybody.
those guys that have that podcast thing. I'm pretty pumped to see them.
Okay, the brothers,
No,
Oh.
no, us.
the father son.
Oh,
tandem?
you mean you're
The father-
excited to see? Go look in a mirror, Shane.
Father son duo. Yeah. No, I'm excited. I don't know specific names. I'm excited to see all of the guys and gals that we always see down at these shows that we haven't seen for 2 years because the shows haven't been happening.
Yep.
Like, I'm excited to go see those people and like get back to normalcy as far as like industry, rubbing elbows and talking shop and
Yep.
having a few drinks and seeing some products. Like, I don't know. I love everything about that show. So I'm just
Yeah.
excited for it to be happening
I'm
again.
pretty pumped.
And it's in Texas.
People have,
So
we've
here's
started.
15 tips.
We've started messaging.
It's in November though. Yeah.
Big group
You
messages.
think it's going to be cold?
It's not going to be
No,
cold,
not
but it's
cold,
not
but
going
it's
to be.
not going to be 120.
That's true.
There's also a football game happening down there at the time.
Yep.
That we're kind of looking into, and I pulled this up the other day because I was talking to one of our reps, and I was like, "Are you going to be down there? Like, you should get in on this." He's like, "Well, who are they playing?" I was like, "I actually don't know. Let me go look it
Atlanta
up." Falcons. So I looked it up, and on the NFL's site, it was like gives you the rankings in every category that those teams are, and it's like they're both awful defensive teams.
Yep.
both great passing teams. And
Perfect.
So the Falcons
That's a
are
game.
the Falcons
Shootout.
are like 29th in defense. They're 5th in passing, and then they're like 27th in rushing. It's like all they can do is throw the ball. That's all they know how to do.
Yeah.
It's like this is just gonna be an air show. We'll just go down there and watch some CFL football. Really, is all that's
Yeah.
gonna
But it was
happen.
like, bigger and faster guys doing
Yeah.
the same thing we already like.
Bigger, faster, and a shorter field.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let it rip.
More smashing into each other and stuff.
Yeah. So good.
So yeah, if anybody is going to Deck Expo or planning to or wants to know anything about it, hit us up. Send us a message. We always like connecting with people and making sure we have a good clique of people when we get down there. And don't buy your tickets. Somebody's like, I bought my tickets the other day. It's like, don't do that. There's always free ones. Just like
Well,
maybe not yet, but
It's
Google.
not like free. The vendors buy them and then they're looking to give them away, right?
They
Right.
want people there.
yeah, they're
The
free.
vendors
Though.
want So
When a vendor gives me a beer, it's free.
yes, I guess what I'm saying is
I didn't pay for it.
It's not
what
money.
I'm saying is like
Nothing in this world's free, Wade.
somebody has paid for it, so like
Sure.
it's not. Don't be a freeloader. Talk to one of your reps and then they'll help you because
That's
they
right.
want to support you.
Freeload off your reps.
That's right. The people that you give money to.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you all at Deck Expo. It's going to be a good time. Until then, make sure you manage your heat properly. Make sure you take care of your mental health and keep being efficient on the job site. It's a tough year, man, for people out there. So take care of yourselves.
Thank you for listening
Peace.
to the Ultimate Deck Podcast. Now you know what we're about. Check the site, come and shop. UltimateDeckShop.com. Hit us right away for sponsorships or tell us if you want to collaborate. Let's go. Check us out on any social networks. Thank you for listening.